Ah, my days. You know when everything that can go wrong goes wrong. So I don't know how long my phone's gonna last before it decides to overheat again, so I can't do any video recordings. Oh my days. So the progression, I'm not recording this video. So the progression of what's been happening. So as I said in the last video, being 42 and still trying to pursue this art thing. I really want to be an artist full time. I mean, it's what's been keeping me going. Apart from obviously God and everything, but like in terms of practically sometimes what I use to keep me going. I'm not really recording the chat. To be honest with you, it's definitely a mix between God, definitely, because obviously like I couldn't keep on going. I mean, on the outset, like being 42 years old and still trying to pursue your art career when you haven't really particularly done well in school, you ain't got all the qualifications, you know, and this is not to get like a sob story, oh boo-hoo cry, you know, woe is me sort of thing. It's just, the reality is, I made certain decisions when I was younger, which made me basically reap these sort of consequences that, you know, I wasn't able to pursue my art like that, because I had my first child really young. Obviously didn't know what I was doing, wasn't really thinking about how it was going to impact not just my kids but my own self, you know, and like practically having to be supportive. I remember when I first found out, you know, that I was gonna be having my daughter, you know, I was over the moon. I was like, wow, you know, I mean, the concept of, you know, how am I gonna support this child didn't really bother me too much. I thought, I naively thought it's gonna be easy, you know, I'm just gonna go out there, get a job, it's fine. And I didn't really think about things properly when I was younger. I didn't really think about it, just, you know, I was pretty reckless, basically, pretty reckless. And that's not to say that it was all my fault, you know what I mean, because upbringing is a powerful thing. I mean, the way you was raised, what you was exposed to, stuff really affects the decisions you make, obviously, and then it affects what type of life you end up having just as a result of making those sort of decisions. But it's not trying to blame anybody, you know, it's just seeing it objectively. So, you know, trying to do things like right now when I've got still 2 kids, really that dependence, and my eldest daughter, you know, the one I said I had when I was young, she is old now, she's 22, so she can pretty much take care for herself, but anyway, I digress a bit. The point is, it's not an easy thing because people tend to judge you. Well, I say people tend to judge you, but there's you know, right? Just like, you know, you've all been there where you be in, say, I don't know, a social gathering, maybe at your friends, maybe you're just talking to your parents, and then they ask you, you know, so what are you doing with yourself, you know, and you haven't got an impressive story to tell them, you know. Really and truly, like when I look at, say, my life on the outward, there's nothing really impressive in that normal sense of the word, that, oh, look what you're doing, look what you're doing. But so if this is coming out all just wrong and what, like, not well thought out, because it's not scripted, I just pressed record. But I felt like I have to give this sort of explanation for you to understand, you know, what's making me continue to do it, and hopefully you can learn something from it as well. You know, that's ultimately one of the major driving factors in me doing these videos, because why would I be giving these videos for, you know, because I don't really think these are gonna make that much money, you know what I mean? I don't think art really makes money like that, unless you're some marketing guru, marketing genius, or you go and work for some of these big companies. But because I want to create a space where I can create my own art whenever I want, and hopefully make a little bit of money. But anyway, I'll digress again. Bring it back. All right. The point is, it's not really that impressive. Well, that's how probably I feel, right? It's not that impressive to be like, oh, you're a part-time at this point, an agency part-time lorry driver. You know, what do you mean you're gonna be an artist? Like, and you're 42, you're old. These are all the thoughts coming in my head, and I should have it all together, you know, and I shouldn't have, I should have more money, I should be more successful, I should be able to support my family. You know, these are things that I'm sure, like, as men, we just think about it. Even when you don't want to think about it, you're thinking about it. Like, you put on, let's say, a birthday for your kids, you're not thinking really, let me enjoy the moment. You're thinking, right, so how much is this gonna cost? How much is that gonna cost? And you're thinking about how you can hustle to get what you need to get, you know, to be there for your family. So I remember when my daughter was born, I just remember distinctly the feeling, like, because I was 20 years old, and I remember feeling like my clothes felt like they were too small, in the sense that they didn't fit me anymore. You know, I need to start wearing things that, like, dads wear, you know, fathers wear, where, you know, businessmen wear, where, you know, you can tell this guy is about his business, he's there trying to support his family. Basically, you know, the trackies and the trainers and the hats, and, you know what I mean? It's just like, I just felt like I need to grow up, like, and grow up fast, you know? So this has always been in my mind. Like, I've always had the talent for art, you know, because people told me from when I was in primary school, I'd just be drawing, you know, me and my friends would be drawing, we'd have a little competition, mini competition, like who could draw the best, you know, and continued right the way through my childhood and teens. And funny enough, when I left secondary school, I didn't choose to do art, you know, but hey, that's another story. The point is, anyway, is I'm doing this video to basically explain, I hope it's not too long, but because I don't even know if this is cutting out once it. Okay, so it's at 8 minutes, coming to the end. I'm doing this video to really help you to continue, right? You want to find that motivation, what's going to keep you going, yeah? I would say find your why for why you're doing it. The thing is, the very fact that you have the desire in the first place, the very fact, I was just talking to my neighbor, right? The very fact, and he was telling me this, it's like the very fact that the fire is already in you, like the desire to still be the artist, or, you know, whatever it is you want to do, right? The desire to still be that designer, the desire to still be the web developer, the desire, you know, you fill in the blank. The very fact that it's still there, yeah, that alone should be enough motivation to fulfill it, you know. The fact is as well, is like, you've only got, you've only got this life, yeah, to live. Yeah, you don't get a second go. Yeah, you don't get a second go. You can't go back and be like, well, you know, let's do this again because I got a few things wrong. You can only learn from your mistakes, right? Learn from experiences. So I would say, and then this is the thing. The thing was what I was convicted of, right? Just today, I was just like, you know what? And it's been on my heart for a bit. You know what? When we don't do things, when you don't go and try and fulfill, you know, these desires and these hopes and these dreams that we have, yeah, you're actually robbing yourself, yeah. When you submit to fear, apprehension, oh, what if my friend's gonna say, oh, it looks embarrassing, you just think, who cares? Like, who cares? And my biggest why, yeah, is I need to be happy with myself. Like, the thing that depresses me the most, the thing that upsets me the most, yeah, is when I wake up and I'm being forced to do something I don't want to do. That is gut wrenching, yeah. And it's not only that, because let me be specific, because there's times I don't want to do the dishes, right? And I'm forced to do the dishes because the kitchen stinks, right? So you have to throw out the rubbish, clean the floor, and do the dishes, put everything away, yeah? I'm not talking about that, those things that you have to do. I'm not talking about that, right? I'm not talking about jobs where you have to get up and you have to go. I'm not even talking about that, because truth be told, if you was getting the right remuneration, or if you was getting paid well, yeah, for the job that you don't like, I'm talking well, where you're opening the fridge and there's everything you want in there, or you go on holiday and you can go on holiday two or three times a year. You know, there's people who have jobs like this where they go in and it's quite an enjoyable experience. But anyway, the point is, if you had a job that had all the right benefits, it wouldn't be such a big deal to go up and do that thing, though you don't technically want to do that job, if the benefit package was okay, right? But for me, it's like, I don't want to be getting up and I'm not proud of my own self, right? I'm not looking on the what I'm becoming as anything to be proud about, you know? Like, I got my guitar in the back there, and it's like, I want to be able to play it. That's what I'll be proud of. I want to be able to play it well. That's what I'll be proud of. I want to be able to draw well. I want to be able to put my ideas on paper well. And I want to be, I do want people to be able to see it and go, wow, that's amazing, right? But more than that, I want to be able to agree with them, like, you know what, it isn't it? Yeah. Not in a big-headed thing, but in a, like, objective, this is good. Like, I like the way, the trajectory of my life. I like the way we're going. Right now, I don't like the way I'm going, you know? I don't like it. I didn't want to do the videos, right? Because I'm just like, you know, it's embarrassing, it's a bit shame, you know, and what if someone watches this and they're gonna think, yo, is that what man's going through? And I just thought, you know what, who cares? I don't care, right? Those people there who's gonna judge me, guess what? Yeah, I don't even know people like that. I don't even hang around with people like that anyway, so it don't even matter. And if by any chance somebody I know is going to be condemnatory, yeah, and be like, yo, what you doing? Look at you, man. Ha. I'm just like, you get cut off and I never have to see you again, so I don't care anyway. You know? So all I want to do is I'm just going to try and give my own self, no joke. But yeah, the thing is sometimes I rewatch my own videos, yeah? And I need to remind myself of, like, you said this, remember when you said that? remember when you said this? There's certain times I've said certain things in the past that's been, I'm like, oh yeah. I go back now and watch those things. I'm like, did I say that? And then the thing is, the reason why you're shocked is because you've gone and discouraged yourself for so long, you forgot you was all motivated and all of that beforehand. So this is a good thing. But anyway, video really is for you, really. Video is for you, right? And I'm only telling you what helps me. Hopefully that it helps you, innit? So I'm 42 years old and I'm pursuing my art career, and you can too. And I did recently leave a full-time permanent job, and I left it because it was too stressful, right? Too stressful, too many hours, no holidays, no leeway. It was a ridiculous job. It was crippling me. And that's another important thing as well. Sometimes you literally just have to cut off things that's not doing anything good for you, like mentally and emotionally, because you need your mind. Like you need to be in the right frame of mind to even do this. Like I wouldn't have done this had I not quit. Am I telling you to go and quit your job now? No, right? I'm not saying that. What would be better, right? But the thing is, that's who I am, in it. I am rash like that. I would take risks and I just jump, right? My upbringing was such where, when you grow out, like Tupac says, when you grow up out of the concrete, yeah, you develop some resilience to tough, hard times, yeah. You don't mind it that much as long as you know where you're going. So basically, I forgot a point now. What was I saying? Yeah, anyway, so these videos are for you. I am 42. Oh yeah, that's it. Talking about leaving my work now. So I left it because I had to. I wouldn't have been able to do these videos if I stayed there, because I literally felt every day I stayed there, I felt more and more trapped. Like mentally, it was hard to think that I was going to do anything else with my life. I was just going to sit there and rot. And I didn't like the way I felt like I was dependent on these people in my company, yeah, to promote me, to give me my money when they needed to give my money, to give me the type of, basically, to give me the type of lifestyle that I wanted. I did not like the way my mind was thinking and, fearing and worrying, because it even got to a point where there were certain things I should have said to the supervisor, the manager, or the boss that I didn't even say. And I'm not saying you go out there and shout at everybody. I'm just saying, in a nice, respectful way, tell them, you know what, this is how this should be done. And this has a suggestion, blah, 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 just like any normal business functions. But why not do that? Too scared of losing your job. I'm just like, and then and the thing is, it's almost like they knew this because they took the liberties, expecting someone to do 14 hours and then expect them to do, 12 hours the next day, and then 11 hours the next day, and then another 12 hours the next day. And then you're looking and thinking, hold up. That means you expect me to live off 4 to 6 hours of sleep every day. Nah, it's all right, And then plus there's other things. But anyway, long story short, I had to do what I had to do, and you need to figure out what you need to do. And a good practical way of trying getting yourself out of that, is you need to think of like visualize in your head. Sometimes where anticipating certain things makes you feel good. So if you're like, I'm on the road a lot, and thinking of home and the food I'm gonna get makes me feel good. That type of visualizing, right? So you need to think, how am I going to feel when I can get up out of my bed and go to my drawing desk and I can draw whatever I like, and I don't have to worry about no financial stresses. Like all of this paid, I'm selling this there, I'm selling that there, yeah. how are you going to feel knowing that you have done that? How is that going to make you feel? Already I can feel like, wait, oh my days, that's going to be so good. So then you think, okay, step 2, that person, what do they need, or what do they have? Yeah, that person, what do they have that you don't have now? Yeah, what do you need to even do to get to that person? And then you think, okay, they must have a website to sell stuff. Okay, so you need the website. They must have products. Okay, so you need products. They must have services. Okay, you must have services. Okay, and they must have audience. Okay, then you need audience, right? Like they must have a clientele, right? You have clientele, and then you literally work methodically throughout all of them. You know, that's why I need to get my website and my products up. You know, I know. Oh yeah, I've got a coloring book, perfect for, you know, like a gift for your kids. It's for children. It's a children's coloring book, right? I told you this the other video, but yeah, there'll be a link in the description for that as well if you wanna. That'll help me out. Not make much money off it, but it just boosts my confidence a bit, you know. So anyway, but yeah, and you need to work through those things: the website, the this, the services, the this, the that. Yeah, work through them. Work through them. If you want to be, I don't know, a pilot, right? You visualize how it's gonna make you feel flying in that airplane. Oh, that feel good, right? That person who's the airplane pilot, what do they have to be the airplane pilot? Well, probably they have a airplane license, right? And then you go, okay, so you got the license, and then etc. etc. I don't want to make it too long, and I can hear my phone is, oh, that's my laptop, get overheating. Everything's overheating. Yeah. So yeah, my phone is actually overheating. I can feel it, right? So yeah. So quick recap. Wait, 22 minutes. Okay, so this is coming to a close, right? So yeah, anyway, I hope this wasn't too long of a video of how to stay motivated if you're in your 40s and pursuing art, right? But yeah, keep going, find out your why, visualize where you want to be, let it send all the tingles throughout your body, and you feel motivated, like, wow, yeah man, that feels good. And then literally think, what do they have that I don't have now, and work to check off all those things. Yeah. So I hope that helped. If you've got any questions, let me know in the comments, right? Yeah. Alright, subscribe if you want to, and like the video if you want to, because that helps the algorithm, pushes out to more people. I don't know how, but hey, YouTube. Alright, maybe.